Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yesterday I put up a video, and I was basically addressing my opinion on whether I thought the Clippers should continue to play, and it accidentally got deleted. And I was gonna put it back up, but I said no, I'm gonna keep it down, and I'm gonna see how everything plays out, and then I'll come back and I'll address it again or address certain topics. But over the past couple of days, we've been hearing a lot of things about this whole Clippers thing and Donald Sterling and his comments. And a lot of people, I think, within the black community, and it's been like this for a long time, we always look for public figures or another Malcolm X or another Dr. King to come along and lead us. And that's what sparked my mind to come out here and do this video, because we had a lot of people out here that was appalled by the NAACP giving Donald Sterling awards, and everybody should have been upset about that. But I think people forgot exactly what the NAACP is. They're basically an organization that kisses white folks' ass and basically coons for white people. Remind you, and I did a video on this, this is the same organization that sat down with a known Klansman and tried to work things out. And tried to sit down with someone that they know hates them, know that they probably participate in certain deaths of black people in this country, but yet they try to sit down and talk about things and try to get some type of approval from the Klansmen. And this goes to show you right there that the NAACP is full of shit. I never supported that organization, and I don't advise anybody else to, but that's my personal opinion. But I just think that everybody forgot the history of that organization. But on to the Clippers playing and everything, and I'm gonna talk about a bunch of things in this video, but on to them playing, I think a lot of people, like I said in my other video, was not looking at it from the player's point of view. You have these guys that fought through the injuries, fought to get to the playoffs, missed time with their family, and I believe they entered the playoffs as the third seed. The Clippers have the opportunity to make the finals and win an NBA championship. They possibly can do that. This is not an 8th seed. This is not a 7th seed or a team that barely make the playoffs. They have the opportunity to do that. And I think a lot of people out here, they were focused strictly on Donald Sterling. They weren't looking at it from the player's perspective. And we all have our own opinions out here, whether they should play. Like I said in my other video, Lisa Leslie came out and said she was disappointed with the Clippers coming out and playing the other day. And then you had Chauncey Billups came out and said, which was a former player of the Clippers, and said he wouldn't have played, which I thought was complete bullshit, because I think if he was on that team and collectively the team was like, you know what, we don't like what was said, we feel like it was disrespectful, we are going to take action, and if things are not done in an appropriate way as far as consequence towards Donald Sterling, we won't be playing for this organization. But we're still going to go out and we're still going to play, and we're still going to try to go after the goal that we was going after from the beginning of the season. I think Chauncey Billups would have said, you know what, I'm going to go out here and play with these guys. But a lot of times people fake the funk, and they talk bullshit when their ass is not on the line. I'm going to just put it point blank and period. But like I said, I think a lot of people weren't looking at that, and people have their own opinion whether they think these guys should go out and play. Personally, if I was on the team, I'm not going to let a racist bastard stop me from accomplishing my goal. And then you got people out here saying, well, all black folks care about is the money, and the Clippers players are worried about the money and endorsements and everything. And I don't know any of these guys personally. Maybe some of them were thinking about that, but like I said before, it's not just about the money. The money was not the issue, because these guys could have stopped playing. Let's say they all rallied together and say, you know what, we're not going to play the rest of the playoff series. These guys would have been fine. Nobody's going to go bankrupt. Nobody's going to be on skid row the next day because they're not collecting the NBA check. So that wasn't the issue. What it boiled down to is that as an NBA player, and as somebody who, if anybody out there that has played sports on the college level or whatever, after a while, it's not about the money. It's about you accomplishing certain goals. For you guys that don't know, I played college football, and you know, I was there on a scholarship. But even though I wasn't getting paid, my main focus was to make sure I deliver on the field. But at the same time, we had an ultimate goal that we wanted to achieve. So it's not always about money. It's about you accomplishing that, getting to that championship, or doing and accomplishing what you set out to do. So I think a lot of people are throwing money into this when money is not really the issue. Now, let me flip it around for a minute. And I mentioned this in a video that accidentally got deleted. A lot of people out here talking about the Clippers should have took a stand. They shouldn't have went out there and played, or you know, they're coons and they're sandballs. And like I said, that's your own personal opinion. Okay? But you have people out here that collect government assistance, aka the EBT card, you know, the food stamps, all that, Section 8, all that's funded by the government. You have people who are out here that are ex-military vets that are collecting a disability check because you got injured in some type of way, or maybe you're just collecting benefits from you serving. You have people who work within government jobs. You have people who have city jobs that are directly connected to the government. Now, remind you, the government is a system that has went against the black community since the beginning of time. These are the same people the Black Panthers tried to fight. And the civil rights movement was about. It was about fighting the government and fighting those who are in power, the powers to be, to create change and to get justice and to get equal rights. The government. But I guarantee you, same people who are collecting checks from the government would not stand down and say, you know what, I'm not taking that Marine check. I'm not taking that disability check. I'm not taking those food stamps this month or whatever little chump change money they give me. You know what, I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm not going to work for the city or the government and knowing that they're known racist, or they put certain tactics out here to keep my people down. I'm not going to work tomorrow. Damn that check. I guarantee you, a lot of you guys that are out here saying the Clippers should have stood down, they shouldn't have did this because of money and blah blah blah, I guarantee you guys will not do that. You will not put your finances on the line for the cause. You got people out here that work at little bullshit jobs like McDonald's or Burger King, you know, making minimum wage. I'm not knocking anybody that makes minimum wage. You do what you got to do until you can do better. Because there was a time when I had to work a minimum wage job. But you guys are scared to back out of a situation like that. Your boss might be racist. The organization you working with might be racist. Just like Burger King had Mary J. Blige singing about chicken. Those people who work for Burger King, you think they step out and say, you know what, I'm not going to work tomorrow because they're playing into negative stereotypes. Did people step out of that? No. And see, people have this thing about they want to play both sides when it's convenient for them. When it's something that it's not going to affect them, it's, oh yeah, you need to protest, you need to do this, you need to stand up for your people. But when it's something that affects them, all of a sudden they get scared, they get real quiet. And I just want everybody to think about that. You know, for these people out here that are saying what the Clippers should have done as players, I want you to ask yourself, do you think these people would have stood down if their financial life was in jeopardy? And a good 90% of these people would not. And, you know, I think that we need to get out of this mode as black people, as, you know, we're waiting for another Dr. King or another Malcolm X to come along and save us. You have to remember that these people are, their job is to play sports. They're public figures. Their job is not to lead the march or not to come out here and speak for the black community. Now, President Obama, that's another issue. But these people who are actors and actresses and play for these sports teams or whatever, that's not their job. So we have to stop looking for them to be the voice and the face of how we feel and for the black community. You know where it starts? It starts with you. You listening to this video right now, it starts with you. It starts with you going out here and doing what you have to do, whether it's controlling your dollar, whether it's voting, whether it's getting with a collective amount of brothers and sisters in your community to create change, whether it's making sure your household is intact. For you brothers out there that are lacking on your responsibilities, not in your child's life, get in your child's life. And I don't mean financially. Take care of the black woman. For you black women out here, take care of the black man. Support the black man. Stop coming out here talking about just makeup and hair and actually get involved in your community. It's time for us as a people, those who are citizens, those who care about our community, those who are out here and want to see change, up to us to go out here and make change. If you guys had an issue with the Clippers, don't look at the Clippers players to make a stand. You make a stand. All those sponsors, stop supporting them. All the merchandise and everything that's connected to the Clippers, stop buying it. Control your dollar. Stop looking for those black athletes or black professionals or those who are in entertainment that have millions and billions of dollars to lead our cause or to buy certain organizations. No, you get with some people within your community. We spend all this money on cars and rims and weaves and all this other bullshit that we really don't need. Get together, start saving your money. Open up a small business in your community. And I think it's time for us to get out of this mindset where we're looking for these people who have a certain type of financial level or in the entertainment business to speak for us and to lead our charge. And really, it's psychologically, a lot of us have been conditioned to praise those who have money or those blacks who have so-called made it in the entertainment industry. So psychologically, we've been conditioned to look at those people to be our voice and to lead our cause. You lead your own cause. Like I said before, I don't just get on here and make these videos. I'm in my community. I'm in the process right now of starting a website with some brothers that are in my organization, and we're going to start speaking to our people on our own website. I don't have to worry about this YouTube bullshit, none of these ads, none of that. I'm going to be doing my own thing. So it's time for us as individuals to come together and start making the change. Stop looking for these people to lead our cause. You lead your own cause. But that's all I got to say. You know, it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to stop looking for another Dr. King or Malcolm X or Marcus Garvey. Those brothers were great. Even those sisters who are historical legends within our community. But at the same time, those people are gone now. So it's time for those who have a wise mind, who have common sense, who want to make change, who have the ability and the ambition to go out here and make change. It's time for us to step up. But that's all I got to say. I'm out. Peace.